his select characters that he's very comfortable with, Fujin right here I would consider to be one of his best. Has shown that he's just a monster with this guy right here. Now we're seeing Unjust go through the loadouts of Cetrion, and now Cetrion Fujin. This is a matchup we've seen quite a few times, and it's debatable. I think there's people who play Cetrion that don't necessarily like fighting Fujin, and people that play Fujin that he's one of the better characters to fight against.
Yes, this is definitely going to be a battle of experience between both players and comfort in the matchup. As we did say, there could be a lot of counterplay here between both players. Maybe this is the middle ground between pairs.
I mean, starting things off with a 4-3, straight into the Skywalker. VGY playing aggressive. Back 2 into Needle as well.
No mercy with the back 2, just pulling them out here. And one thing we do have to mention, VGY and his impeccable movement, arguably the very best in the business right now.
I would definitely put him with the best, kind of put out the respect to other notable players with really solid movement as well. But a majority of MightyUnjust's health bar disappeared in a very fast moment. Unjust also attacking away at VideoGamezYo's health bar, but right now he has 44% on the board for himself. Trying to chip away at VGY on the approach, but a quick cancel right there, keeping himself safe.
Is looking for the back 2, but VGY does get caught out, slowly but surely evening out the health bars. He's looking really good as a MightyUnjust at the moment, being very patient. Not to overstep whenever he needs to.
Oh, goodness. Absolutely spacing that out. He just knew the range he was at and was ready to whiff punish with the 1-1 on that slight forward advancement. This isn't going to kill, but it's going to put him in a situation where he could potentially shift.
Yeah, Bully with the back 2 with the push, forward 3. There's so many different options, and you must remember, VGY does have that drill at his fingertips. One button into it.
And there it is right there. Just as you said, that down 1 easy confirm right there into the block situation to guarantee the chip kill. And VGY takes that first round for himself. Now, that was a pretty slow first round, if I do say so.
It definitely was between both players here, and they're probably still in the phase of just feeling each other out, getting an understand of how they're playing. Oh, a short hop into a grab.
Cheeky stuff right there for Unjust.
Yeah, honestly, something that's been pretty crazy, even coming from an online perspective, is the amount of short hops I have been seeing. People not really committing to short hop 2 and 3 because offline, reactable.
Yeah, definitely reactable and also full combo punishable. Don't want to take that one. Oh, speaking of punishable, gives him the heel to the bridge of the nose.
Oh, gets the really deep jump 3 right there. Goes for the forward 3-1. Goes look for a caution blow up.
Oh, dude, I wonder if he tried to instant Skywalker punish that.
That's definitely possible. We have seen VGY pull that off on his own stream a fair bit. Right, but projectiles out there, goes sort of back 2 into drill, just bullying with that button.
Yeah, just not allowing Cetrion to constantly move backwards, and that 4-3 going to catch, forces the breakaway from MightyUnjust with the full string to close things out. The rapid kick's going to take the first game for himself as VideoGamezYo.
That was really, really good stuff from VGY, and it seemed like Unjust, they looked quite uncomfortable in that matchup. Honestly, it seemed like everywhere he wanted to use his projectile to kind of open up Fujin, it just wasn't working to his favor because that back 2, and whenever Fujin gets in his face, just go for drill, spend it, stay plus.
I mean, Fujin just has he has a toolkit that is so good at denying how Cetrion wants to play the game, right? Making it rather not denying necessarily, but making it uncomfortable for a Cetrion player to play as, as they would normally do against a majority of people in the roster. And we could be seeing a switch over here from Unjust. I can't really imagine that being a very great matchup when you're trying to play defensively with a character like Cetrion. And clearly, VGY is very well versed in the matchup. Now, Jackie, other character pretty much shoe-in for the top 2 spot right here. And we know that the damage that this character can do. We've seen her time and time again just go on a rampage throughout Mortal Kombat, and in the hands of someone like the MightyUnjust, we'll have to see how this one pans out.
Yeah, truly, this character has an incredible snowball effect. And again, much like Sub-Zero, extremely practical crushing blows that do a hefty amount of damage. And it seems like only with time, Jackie just gets stronger.
Yeah, setting out that flame carpet right there after 39%. That's doing a little bit more than 40 right here. And still burning. VideoGamezYo, all of his health bar is pretty much forfeit right now to that flame.
Yeah, she can very, very, very quickly liquidate a life bar, but VGY counting things out just yet. What a beautiful catch.
That was a great conversion. Oh, it didn't go for he didn't get the Skywalker right there, but that was a great whiff punish. have potential for more, and that could be the round right there for Unjust if he doesn't drop this combo.
Lost in the sauce.
Yeah, definitely quite a switch of momentum here. And, you know, I wouldn't expect anything else from someone as good as Unjust and someone who does play, like, very articulate and has, you know, he's won this.
Oh, dude,
for
what?
A lot of reasons.
Yo, if that worked, that would have been crazy. It was like such a great response to the lead, but it didn't work out as he had hoped.
Fighter crossbow at the moment. Definitely VGY wanting to open up a little bit more space control, but when you're playing against a character like Jackie, that's nigh impossible when she can just jump in on you from nearly anywhere.
That's true, but he is rocking the air signal as well, so I wonder if he's got some answers for Leap, as we saw earlier on, but drops the combo, unfortunately for himself. Oh, nice anti-air as well from MightyUnjust, as he's now on the offensive, plus frames.
Yeah, bops him out the air and sticks him with that flame carpet. Chips away slowly, of course.
Oh, yeah.
What a conversion.
Oh, and calling out the breakaway.
Yeah, this is a very, very different matchup from what we saw previously, and VGY dropping a lot of combos this game.
Yeah, this VideoGamezYo right now has a pretty big health deficit. We do know Fujin can start steamrolling if he gets some momentum, but against Jackie's burn, this is going to be difficult. If Unjust is able to get out that flame carpet, it's going to be disastrous for him as he's ticking down right now in chip territory. And that was all he needed, Callum. As the MightyUnjust has tied things up.
Yeah, now as I think we're going to see a lot of count. I don't expect, like, at every turn, once one player makes a character change and beats the other player, there's going to be another character change. It's going to be really back and forth. So it's going to be the counterplay game, I think, that we had mentioned earlier.
Yeah, you know, it's going to be a bit back and forth over here as we're seeing VideoGamezYo make a loadout for Johnny Cage right here. And, you know, naturally sticking to the Jackie as he has to, MightyUnjust. And now we are at that point, yeah, like potential just comfort pick situations now. We saw both these guys start off with Fujin and Cetrion. The VideoGamezYo taking that all-important first game on the board, which really matters when it comes to the game trading situations, right?
Absolutely. I feel every match really does matter in this instance, where everyone goes up against everyone. Every loss really does matter, and you know payout is top 8. You know, you want to get as much as you can in, but that is something I rarely see.
And it was a clean confirm as well from Unjust to get that all started. And right now he's got a big health lead, goes for the back throw, has the Oki. Challenge right there.
But Unjust has put himself in the corner and can be very, very troublesome against a character like Johnny Cage.
Oh yeah, if you get shimmied in this corner, that's gonna hurt. But you know, that being said, at the same time, if you get opened up by Jackie, that's also gonna hurt. And in this situation, it's gonna kill VGY.
Yeah, it's simply who's able to draw any type of poke or strike in there, able to just capitalize off a clean 35, if not so 40%.
And that back to confirm. All of this unbreakable so far from Unjust as he closes that out, not even letting VGY spin the breakaway, taking the round for himself with a really clean back to confirm.
That was very, very clean from Unjust right there. Opens up the screen for himself. We have seen this work to VGY's favor a fair bit, but when you're up against someone like Jackie who can really just close down that space in the blink of an eye, it's really, really difficult.
All right, the forward throw to start things off as he has a big health lead right now. VideoGamezYo. Oh, the jump over. It doesn't work out for him.
Yeah, VGY choosing to be a little bit more patient with how he's actually going after Unjust. Just waiting for Unjust to overextend, create some issues for himself, and just thread the needle.
And now Unjust just being Oh, that down anti-air was so nice as Unjust be leaping all around the screen. Flawless block to flawless block as well. Unjust with a very low health pool right now. And yep, that's going to be chip. That's all he needed.
It's really good experience. The thing is, as well, is that VGY is very well versed in this matchup. But again, remember, this MightyUnjust, he's won, was it 34 different ESLs?
Yeah, the guy's just a beast, right?
Yeah, so we're definitely seeing a lot of that actually be shown here, and it is very impressive.
Oh, that dog! What a call out! Hard read right there from VideoGamezYo, but the wake up jump. And burning his health bar, slowly ticking down on that, but still health favor in advantage of VGY.
It all comes down to micro decisions between both players that are leading to these crazy damage outputs. But VGY has actually been slowing the game for the last 2 rounds. Oh,
he's very lucky that connected on block. Oh yes!
Star call out. It's the push back at the moment.
Okay, this Stagger City right here. He's going to go for the throw. VGY now playing with his offense a little bit, making Unjust a little bit scared. But the ending just kind of got hit. It looked like he was standing. Not sure, maybe a controller malfunction or something in that final moment.
Indeed, very, very possible. But it definitely seemed like during the end right there, Unjust was showing some signs of frustration, I'd like to say, because he was definitely jumping and running in, and VGY had slowed down the pace and was just doing what he did in the first game against Kombat. Once he controls the pace of the game, it'd be very, very difficult to stop him.
Yeah, and you know, VideoGamezYo, that switch to Johnny Cage really did come in handy for him as well. We did see some answers, and now he has that advantage on the board for himself.
I mean, a big call-out was the rising star to the leap.
Oh yeah, I mean, just using the move as intended. I guess it's just a really good decision considering it's basically a Dragon Punch, right? It's essentially like the same sort of style of usability, and in this sense, it's like we know that VGY is very, very comfortable playing Johnny Cage, and we can see that he's also just very well versed in the Jackie matchup. But that just because you know how to play the Jackie matchup doesn't really make it any easier.
Oh yes, you have to be correct every single time and make every right decision. Or it's like, oh, I had a health bar at some point.
Yeah, otherwise your health bar is just forfeit.
But really, really good stuff from both players. VGY trying to warm up his hands, get ready for the next round. And just gets sorts out some issues at his end of but you know, I'm really interested because I feel we're gonna have another character switch.
We could. I mean, I don't think that Jackie was the problem. In my opinion, I don't think Jackie was the problem. I think that it was really just came down to VGY, you know, kind of finding the hits that he needed to. And at the end of that game, I mean, Unjust was just standing still. I think that was really like a problem with the pad, unfortunately for him.
Yeah, that is unfortunate in that instance, but you know, can't count him out, as we have seen. He did play really, really well, but again, that last round, there were some signs of frustration. VGY definitely slowed down the pace of the match and really did adapt. As I said, I feel like a really important point is the call out the rising star on a leap, because that establishes that I know what you're going for. I'm in your head. I see what you're going to do, and I'm going to shut you down for it.
That's true, but I mean, at the same time, like, Unjust has been adapting very well, you know, to when we saw him playing against Fox, it was a lot of, like, you know, micro adaptations that we're seeing, and very quickly at that. Now, I'm sure that, you know, given the way that that last game went, and now just having that little break to be able to breathe and kind of just, you know, reapproach it and think about it a little bit differently, could probably go into this a fair bit stronger.
Absolutely. I'm intrigued to see what happens here, because it's just like each player adapting on the fly, adjusting as they wish, and it looks like we are going to get that.
Yeah, you called it.
Switch.
You called it, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've enjoyed every single match these two have had. It's been so incredibly back and forth, but I think this may actually be just comfort pick.
Yeah, I mean, you could be right over here. Now, obviously, he's shown off a really, really strong noob sidebot. Now, this matchup in particular, I don't know if this favors either character. I imagine that having Slide is probably going to be annoying for Johnny to deal with, but if I'm not mistaken, VGY has Arc Force Ball as well, so maybe even playing the full screen game wouldn't be too bad for him.
True, but we must keep in mind as well, VGY, incredible movement, threads in and out, so Unjust has to be careful in that respect of what goes on with him here.
We're seeing a lot of staggers coming out from VGY this time as well. You know, I mean, as he was establishing in the game just before, he was using a lot of jabs. Instead of using 1-2s, and he's throwing in the 1-2s to start like forcing the shimmies as well, making it very hard to adapt to. But the air to air,
beautiful crisps, goes under the standing one.
Oh, big jump over.
Yeah, VGY has definitely got Unjust on lock at the moment.
Throw tech from Unjust, reacting to that throw perfectly, denying that prospect, but now eating the force balls on the way in. This is a little bit sticky for him as he's got only 101 health to work with and a big road ahead of him.
Yeah, Unjust has a lot of work to put in if he wants to seal a really important victory, but VGY at the moment just is choosing his moments. He's playing things very, very patient, but against a character like Noob Cyber, when you put against him in the corner, things can turn ugly.
Oh my god. Absolutely disrespectful. Jumping his way out of the corner. MightyUnjust going for that meaty throw. Not going to work out for him as VGY is now on set point right here against the MightyUnjust.
Yeah, beautiful flawless blocks, might I add, from Unjust at the moment. VGY's movement, very, very intimidating. Just walking him down full screen. Oh, going to the slide.
Yeah, clever stuff. That slide being an ever so prominent special move. a good choice of option for Noob Saibot. But VGY, you know, he's missing quite a bit of health now. I mean, Unjust is playing this a fair bit better at just being able to work him down a little bit on the approach. You know, Johnny Cage is going to have to get a bit close to you in order to do something more than just that individual force ball damage, and you can't trade with the spirit ball. That thing does like 9% by itself.
Yeah, we also must keep in mind. Ooh, I'll touch on that in a second, but. You know, Unjust has been putting in a fair bit of damage, also has escape failed locked in, so there's a crushing blow throw into play. Can easily seal a grab out there.
All right, using that plus frame to back off a little bit and open up a little bit more space, has the corner to work with as well.
Goes for the low again, keeping himself safe at the moment.
Yeah.
Offensive.
Oh, Shades?
Man.
Yeah.
Would this be death?
I think he's going to launch him. Oh, no.
Drops the combo.
Yeah, because of the gravity. He was airborne when he did the Shades, just a little bit too low on the ground for him to follow up over there.
So fatal blow, but things looking very, very scary. Both players got the trade early on, and VGY able to seal out the win against TheMightyUnjust, followed by a beautiful.
That was an absolutely massive comeback as well from VideoGamezYo, and an all-important win for himself after falling to Kombat earlier. Now he's 1-1, whereas TheMightyUnjust, for as well as he has been playing,